Living with cPTSD feels pretty normal until you realize you have it. Then you see that all of your quirks, your hang-ups, limitations, and even your health issues all trace back to it. And when the truth hits you, it feels like the world is crashing down on you. It can feel like you've been carrying invisible weights that make everyday life harder than it needs to be. But healing is possible, and there's no better feeling than releasing yourself from those tethers. My journey has been long, and honestly, it's still unfolding. But I want to share the lifelines that helped me rebuild my mind, my body, and my sense of self. These are the practices and tools that made the biggest differences for me. And just so you know, I'm not affiliated with or compensated by any of these things that I'm mentioning. I'm just simply sharing my experience. And this video is just the overview. My intention is that in the next videos, I'll dive deeper into each one. So the first is the MAP method. For me, the first breakthrough came with this method. It's a process basically that rewires subconscious patterns like fear and trauma, similar to clearing viruses out of a computer. It gave me a way to let go of reactions that I thought were just naturally part of me. But the best part is really how ridiculously fast it works. Traditional therapy, psychotherapy can take years, if not decades. With MAP, I saw results in minutes. Now, that sounds unbelievable, but I wouldn't share it as first on the list if it hadn't been so impactful and transformative for me. Number 2 on the list is myofascial release, posture, and gait training. Once I began to shift inner patterns, I realized I also had to work on my body. Myofascial release helps to unwind your fascia, including decades of adhesions, these tiny knots that form in your body from micro traumas, unprocessed emotions. And what I learned is that your posture is very closely linked to emotional health. When I corrected my posture, it gave me this surprising doorway into acknowledging my own emotional needs. Now, gait training was the next step. And this is not just exercise, it's realigning how your body moves in everyday life. When trauma is stored in your fascia and your posture, these practices literally help you stand up straight, move better, and show up differently in the world. Okay, so number 3 is the Apollo Neuro. Healing isn't just about your structure. It can also require some soothing. So this was a very surprising tool for me. The Apollo Neuro is a wearable, and it uses gentle vibration to regulate the nervous system. I use it almost every day for about 2 years. It was so helpful, especially if I was having a flashback or a panic attack or suffering through nights of insomnia. And at times I wondered if it was a placebo effect, but one time I thought I lost it and so stopped using it, and I noticed how much harder things felt. And I ended up buying another one because the difference was that noticeable. Number 4 on the list is Improvise for real. Healing isn't just about regulation. It's also about finding joy. One of my cPTSD patterns was having a fear of my authentic self. I couldn't keep a beat. I couldn't make music unless I was reading what someone else had written. I didn't trust my own creativity. But through Improvise for Real, which is a music improvisation method, I slowly began to rebuild that trust. Step by step, I found confidence to express myself freely, and this confidence spilled over into other areas of my life, and it became another way for me to regulate my nervous system. and it reconnected me with play, curiosity, and beauty. And finally, the fifth on my list is peptides. Sometimes you have all the right tools, but your body itself is too depleted to respond fully. Peptides, what are they? They're small chains of amino acids that trigger healing and regeneration in the body. They supported my physical recovery and even helped my mood. So again, I'll go into detail later about the specific peptides that have made the biggest difference for me. But for now, just know that they gave my body the raw materials I needed to heal more completely. So I can summarize, these 5 lifelines worked together to help me heal from cPTSD. It's not overnight. I'm going on 5 years in this process, but steadily and profoundly, they all made huge differences. In the next videos, I'll break down each one so you can see how they work and whether they might support you too. Just remember, healing isn't linear, but it is possible, and every step you take brings you closer to freedom.